Welcome to ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series Southeast Regional Championship game, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. We are ready to send a team to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It will either be Peachtree City, Georgia, or South Riding, Virginia, the champion of the Southeast Regional and one of 8 American teams headed to Williamsport in 2018. The Southeast, one of 8 regions here in the United States for Little League play. We began with 8 teams. We are down to 2. Loudon South Little League from Virginia and Peachtree City Little League from Georgia. They got here with wins the last couple of days. Georgia did so on Monday, 8-3 over Alabama. The big swing right there, a 3-run home run from Ty Pete. Excellent pitching, excellent defense. Connor Soper started it. Charlie Clem with the outfield assist. And Ben Traxler shut the door for the Georgia win. The kids from Virginia were in a thriller against Alabama last night. 1 strike away from winning in regulation when Jackson Thomas hit a game-tying 3-run home run off Nate Hoskins, but it was Hoskins in extra innings coming up with a go-ahead hit, a 2-run single, part of a 6-run 7th. And here we are, Virginia and Georgia. 2 teams enter, 1 will advance to the Little League World Series. Hi everyone, Kevin Brown with former big leaguer and Little Leaguer Chris Singleton. This is a thrilling day, a thrilling event. It's been a wonderful weekend, this regional, and now we get to punch somebody's ticket to the highest stage in Little League baseball.
Yeah, in the best weather all week today. These 2 teams so loose, having so much fun. Georgia, obviously, with the day off yesterday, they were able to have some fun, play some games, but also watch Virginia last night, and I'm sure they picked up some things because Virginia showed us good defense and aggressive base running.
Well, these 2 teams have already played, and for Georgia, they beat Virginia 4-3 on Saturday behind their ace, their big power hitter, Jansen Kenty. Had a 3-run home run in that game, struck out 13 in Georgia's 1-0 opening win on Friday.
Well, Georgia lined up with their best guy going in this championship game, so couldn't have asked for anything better. With all of the strikeouts, the concern could be with an 85-pitch max that you're not able to get through 6 innings, and we saw that last night with Sean Arnasia, so perhaps he'll be a little more efficient today, maybe not as many strikeouts, let the defense work behind him. Big
lefty as well is Virginia's standout pitcher, Chad Yates, will be on the hill, and he threw against Georgia on Saturday. Outside of that home run to Kenty, he was excellent, and he has been a monster at the plate.
Yeah, and the power's there, and obviously the presence on the mound. 3 runs last time out, only 1 of those earned, but none of that matters. It's all behind. Everything is right here, and they are 1 step away from the experience of a lifetime.
Well, it's been such a fun weekend for us, and we've had the managers and coaches of both teams wired throughout the week. Our chance to get some insight into what goes on, the conversations between kids and coaches, is really what's provided the lifeblood of this Southeast Regional.
Hey guys, first inning, okay? We're at the plate. Set the tone. Set the tone at the plate. All right? Go. Jump out early. Set the tone at the plate.
Hey, we're good. We're gonna score a lot more runs, okay? Just throw strikes. You did what I told you to do. What? You threw strikes. That's all right.
Don't go.
Hey, great game, dude.
Too many pop-ups, too many flyouts. It's too easy. That's too easy. Line drives or at least ground balls, make them make the plays. Let's go.
Hey, anytime we pinch hit Olvie for you, you need to keep your helmet on and your shoes on, because if he gets on, you're probably gonna run, okay?
Doesn't matter how we got here, okay? Doesn't matter how we got here. It's a brand new game right now. Okay, 1 inning at a time. Let's go. Go, 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 go. Come on. Get here, Nate. Get here. Get here. Way to hit the ball, bud. Way to hit the ball. Super, super proud of you guys, okay? A lot of teams get in that position in that last inning like that, hit a 3-run bomb. We were 1 strike away, right? 1 strike away, they hit a 3-run bomb. A lot of teams fold in that situation. Okay, a lot of teams fold. Okay, you guys didn't.
Ben, let's end this thing, all right? Let's go home, play some Fortnite.
Not only do we get to crown a champion of the Southeast Regional today, we got to crown a cardboard box slide champion, and I must say, regrettably, it wasn't me.
I got here real early this morning in practice, that's why.
Aerodynamic, Chris Singleton.
Yeah,
I think we
get
will
on the hair.
probably see that again at some point during this broadcast. Hopefully we see the further victories that I had against a group of 10-year-old kids. A career highlight for me out on the hill in right field. Georgia and Virginia to crown the champion of the Southeast Regional. This is actually the second time that they've met in this regional. This was on Saturday in a 4-3 Georgia win. 3 of the runs came on that swing in the third inning. Jansen Kenty off of Chad Yates, who is starting today for Virginia. Virginia would rally back to tie the game before Jack Ryan gave Georgia the lead, scoring Wills McGinnis with this sacrifice fly in the 6th inning. And Ty Pete ended the game with that. Complete game, 4-3 win for Georgia. Little splash for Pete and the kids from Peachtree City, Georgia, just south of Atlanta. One of the first planned communities in America. And what was planned was a 100-mile network of multi-use paths for golf carts. So we thought the kids and coaches would roll in style.
I'm Patrick Glorio. I'm the manager of Peachtree City Little League. I'm here to introduce my coaches and players.
Hello, I'm Kyle Ryan, and I'm the first base coach.
Hello, my name is Randy Clem, and I'm the third base coach.
Hello, my name is Tyler Beck, and my favorite baseball player is Chris Bryant.
Hi, my name is Bill Walker, and my favorite baseball player is Ozzie Albies. Hello, my name is Wills McGinnis, and my favorite baseball player is Alex Brayman.
Hello, my name is Jansen Kenty, and my favorite baseball player is Mike Trout.
My name is Will Clem, and my favorite baseball player is Endo Inciarte. My name is Charlie Clem, and my favorite baseball player is Ozzie Albies. Chase Reddick, and my favorite baseball player is Wilson Contreras.
My name is Ty Pete. My favorite baseball player is Mike Trout.
My name is Caden Alvey, and my favorite baseball player is Mookie Betts.
My name is Ben Traxler, and my favorite baseball player is Joe Mauer.
Hi, my name is Connor Sober, and my favorite baseball player is Adam Jones.
Hi, my name is Jack Ryan. My favorite baseball player is Ozzie Albies.
My name is Coleman Eddy, and my favorite baseball player is Evan Gaddis.
Hi, my name is James Hooper, and my favorite player is Jose Altuve. Go BTC!
So much fun to spend time with the kids from Peachtree City this week. As loose a group as you are going to see. And they will swing first against the big lefty Chad Yates, 5'10". And Yates starts us with ball 1 to Bo Walker. First pitch at 3:10 on this Wednesday afternoon under sunshine. Chad Yates, 66 pitches on Saturday. His day was cut a little bit short by Sean Lizama to keep him available for a potential championship game. And that decision turns out to be the right one. Walker tries to lay down a bunt and knocks it foul for strike 2.
Big lefty bringing strong velocity. We will see there on the little score panel just the equivalent from 70 plus miles per hour to what that would be at 60 feet 6 inches in the big leagues.
And this pitch at 74 is a major league equivalent of 96. So that's the reaction time that a hitter has in the box here. 12-year-old, 13-year-old kids having to deal with the equivalent of 96 when you cut down for the 46-foot distance mound to plate. Walker gets a piece of this one over to second base. Hunter Taylor is there, and he gets the speedy Walker by a fraction of a step.
Got around the baseball nicely. It wasn't hit all that hard. Good bat to ball skills though, and look at that length of stride at the end. Oh, Walker almost getting there. Look at those strides. That's covering some ground.
There is replay review here in these regionals. Georgia chooses not to challenge that play. Now the first batter of the game. And now a strike is poured over to Jansen Kenty. At the 3-run home run against Yates on Saturday. And Kenty swings through, strike 2 here. Patrick Lorio told us, Singy, that Jansen Kenty is the most talented player he's ever been around as a pitcher and as a hitter. We'll get to see both today.
Both coming from the left side, and I think the key is really going to be efficiency in terms of pitch count. Try to go the distance into that 6th inning, perhaps for a win for their club.
This Virginia team is playing its 6th game in as many days, so there are 4 Virginia players ineligible to pitch due to pitch count restrictions. Georgia has just 2 ineligible. This is the 4th game for Georgia, which won on Friday and Saturday to get Sunday off, then won on Monday to get yesterday off. Virginia, because of the loss to Georgia Saturday, has had to play now 4 consecutive elimination games. So far, they've won them all. Kenty staying alive on 2-2. That one got David Nogel, the home plate umpire.
Well, take a look at this swinging foul ball, and woo, got both off of the, looked like a little bit off the mask of Evan Dewey, and then hitting David Nogel. He's a tough man, though. Served 7 years in the military.
Kenty goes down. 75 that time from Yates, who is pumping it in at high velocity to start.
Well, here it is, bringing the fastball, and lefty on lefty matchup. That's tough when it starts at you and then ends up just on the inner half of the plate. That equivalent, 98 miles per hour. No thanks.
Ty Pete batting 3rd, another lefty. Pete with the ground ball through the middle. The first base runner of the day comes on a single from Peachtree City's Ty Pete.
Well, Pete with the 3-run homer on Monday with 2 outs. Sparking his team a little bit, just showing that Yates, he's hittable. Let's go.
Foul ball from Chase Fralick in the cleanup spot. So the first base runner comes on a single from Pete. Now a 3rd consecutive lefty in Fralick, who had a walk-off hit in a 1-0 win on Friday in the tournament opener. Ty Pete, one of the best athletes on this team over at first. There's quite a bit at stake for him today. And he said if his team wins the regional, his dad told Ty he'd take him to golf in the state of whatever team they beat. So if Georgia wins today, Ty and his dad are going to hit the links in Virginia. Yates climbs the ladder and gets Fralick. Two strikeouts in the first for Chad Yates, the left-hander who is throwing hard and throwing effectively for Virginia.
Well, both strikeouts finishing the hitter with fastballs slightly elevated in the zone, and the perception, we talk about it being mid to upper 90s. When it's up in the zone, it looks even harder than it actually registers.
So look at our home base in Little League Southeast Park. Been with you on ESPN Plus, ESPN2, ESPN since Friday. 8 teams again began this regional, and it is the 18th year of the Southeast Regional, with Georgia having won 5 regional championships, more than any other state. Virginia has some Little League World Series appearances, but has never won the Southeast Regional. So this would be the first ever for the state. Comes from the kids from South Riding, Virginia, located in Loudoun County, 25 miles west of Washington, D.C. We'll meet the players and coaches as we caught up with them earlier, getting in some pregame swings. This team 4-1 in the tournament. Virginia beat West Virginia twice, North Carolina, and yesterday 9-6 over Alabama, scoring 9 runs in the game. All that pregame work in the batting cages paid off for the kids from Loudoun South Little League.
Field is in excellent shape today after a ton of rain on yesterday. Great job by the grounds crew here in Warner Robins.
And we welcome those of you who just joined us after the conclusion of the Southwest Regional. 1 ticket punched, 7 to go. This will send the second team to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, Peachtree City, Georgia, and South Riding, Virginia here in the Southeast Regional Championship. It's time to meet the kids from Loudon South Little League in Virginia.
Hi, my name is Sean Lazama, manager of Loudon South American Little League, and this is our team.
I'm Scott Lanawet, assistant coach, Loudon South American Little League.
I'm Vince Arnasia, assistant coach, Loudon South American Little League.
My name is Nate Hoskins, and my favorite baseball player is Dustin Pedroia.
My name is Griffin Burkholder, and my favorite player is Trey Turner.
My name is Chad Yates, and my favorite baseball player is Max Scherzer.
My name is Edwin Sanchez, and my favorite baseball player is Carlos Correa.
My name is Luke Kruger, and my favorite baseball player is Max Scherzer.
My name is Cameron Lazama, and my favorite baseball player is Aaron Judge.
My name is Hunter Taylor, and my favorite baseball player is Derek Jeter.
My name is Sean Arnasia, and my favorite baseball player is Max Scherzer.
My name is Troy Kerner, and my favorite baseball player is Andrew McCutcheon. My name is Evan Dewey, and my favorite baseball player is Ryan Zimmerman.
My name is Ryan Pugh, and my favorite baseball player is Trey Turner.
My name is Justin Lanawet, and my favorite baseball player is Dustin Pedroia.
My name is Connor McGoldrick, and my favorite baseball player is Mike Trout.
Great to spend some time with the boys from South Riding, Virginia this week. They have played 6 games in 6 days, and they will have to beat Jansen Kenty, the ace pitcher for Georgia, who struck out 13 in 5 innings against the team from Tennessee on Friday.
Well, kind of a copy, if you will, of Chad Yates on the Virginia side. Big, tall left-hander, gonna bring the heat, gonna attack hitters and try to be efficient as well, as he can strike out a lot of batters.
He's Chris Singleton. I'm Kevin Brown. We are so thrilled to be with you here on ESPN for the Little League World Series Southeast Regional. 8 teams started. 1 will emerge from this championship game, with Georgia unbeaten in 3 games, and Virginia 4-1 in the tournament, having won 3 straight elimination games. Griffin Burkholder, the leadoff batter, with a ground ball to first, and a routine play for Connor Soper there for the first out of the inning. You'll see the equivalent on your scorebook bottom right of some of these pitches. In the top of the first, Chad Yates for Virginia was throwing pitches at an equivalent of 96, 98 miles per hour. That one from Kenty, a major league equivalent of a 95 mile per hour fastball. Just to give you an idea of the quick reaction time needed for these 12 and 13-year-olds. Here is Yates, the Virginia starter, and he takes one over the heart. 72, major league equivalent 94.
Well, here in Little League, you see around 70 miles per hour. A lot of guys, that's a major league equivalent of 91 miles per hour, but we've already seen 98 this afternoon from Chad Yates. Nice little curveball flipped in there by Jansen Kenty, and Kenty does a nice job of hiding the ball as well. Really late. The hitters get a look at it, and that breaking ball is working early. A couple of breaking balls in that sequence. That one more of a slider than curveball action, but gets the result as left-hander's got to play. It's got to be thinking fastball inside, got to be ready to turn on it, and you can really leave the outside part of the plate open. Good pitch right there. Woo. Playing catch with the catcher right now. Whatever that glove is, he's throwing it straight to it.
Ball 1 to Sean Arnasia, who started for Virginia on the mound yesterday. Took a no-hitter into the final inning. He was absolutely brilliant. Arnasia with a hot shot, gets through into right field. Both teams have a 2-out single on their ledger, with Arnasia becoming the first base runner for Virginia.
Well, a hot shot. I just love the focus there. Just seeing the eyes of Arnasia staying closed with the front shoulder, head down on the baseball, and just as their coach talked about in yesterday's game, They were hitting some balls in the air. Get it on the ground. Low line drives, balls on the ground, make the defense work.
This one popped up by Nate Hoskins, and it's all Kenty, the pitcher, making the catch to end the inning. Efficient first innings for both Yates and Kenty. Georgia and Virginia, the winner to the Little League World Series. Georgia and Virginia both had to win to get to this championship game, and when they did, Connor Soper's pitching and Ty Pete's hitting led Georgia to a win on Monday night, 8-3 over the kids from McCall, Little League, Alabama. Some great defense, some fun faces from Charlie Clement, and a 5-run win to keep Georgia unbeaten. Yesterday, after a 2-hour weather delay, Sean Arnasia was dominant. Took a no-hitter into the 6th with a little help from his friends defensively. Then Jackson Thomas tied it. Alabama down to its final strike, a 3-run homer against Nate Hoskins, but Hoskins delivers the go-ahead hit in extra innings. A 6-run 7th for Virginia in a 9-6 win over Alabama. And here we go. These two teams with a win will head to Williamsport, Pennsylvania. For Virginia, it would be the 9th time. For Georgia, it would be the 7th. And the state of Georgia has 3 Little League World Series championships to its name, but Chris Singleton, neither Peachtree City nor South Riding has ever sent a team from their respective Little Leagues to Williamsport.
Well, we know that today that's going to happen. And perhaps they can do something special once you get into that rich pool of talent in Williamsport, Pennsylvania.
8 teams from the United States, 8 international teams will make it in the Little League World Series from the 16th through the 26th. We will have every game for you on our ESPN family of networks and ABC. Charlie Clem leads off of the second. Charlie and Will, the twin brothers on this team for Georgia. Charlie gets the start in left field today. These two have provided some of the funniest faces, some of the biggest laughs over the week. Charlie made an excellent play in left field on Monday night. A double play right in the middle of a big Alabama rally. Chad Yates gets over strike 2.
Nice frame job there by Evan Dewey.
He's been awesome behind the plate this weekend. And Dewey hangs onto this one for strike 3. Third punch out already for Chad Yates.
Did you see that setup? Evan Dewey back there, put down the sign, give me the fastball, and then he wiggled the fingers like up. I want it up in the zone. And look at the location, up in the zone. Battery is connected.
Now, Evan wasn't going to get that one, but I don't think anybody was behind the plate. Maybe Manute Bowl. Evan was not the starting catcher coming into this tournament. Troy Kerner was, and Troy hurt his elbow in the first game of the regional. Really unfortunate, as Troy had been coming back from a broken leg a couple of years ago, but Evan has stepped in wonderfully behind the plate. Evan had a great catch in foul territory yesterday, and I don't know if you stayed up and caught SportsCenter singing, but it was a top 10 play for Mr. Dewey.
That's great. Didn't catch it, but hopefully that'll be one of the plays of the week.
Strike over to Wills McGinnis. 2-1 from Chad Yates to McGinnis.
Got to imagine Nate Hoskins' catch as well got some love.
I would hope so. He got some air. That's one of the things that has jumped out about these kids. Obviously, in Little League, the mound is closer, the bases are closer, the infielders are closer. The reaction time needs to be so strong, and the defense has been outstanding across the board here in Georgia. That strike 3 got away, and Wills McGinnis is down to first.
Fooled the hitter and fooled the catcher on that one. So much good movement. Something off speed. See the threads. Yeah, a little slider with some extra cut at the end. So this will.
Now batting first baseman number 14, Connor Soper.
So Yates has a 4th strikeout, but Georgia picks up the base runner. Here's Connor Soper. That one nearly got away. Good stop by Dewey, and McGinnis holds at first. Soper is arguing the ball hit him. Meanwhile, he just pointed down to his shoe.
Take a look at the replay. Ooh. Hard to tell on that.
Georgia coaches are going to ask the umpires to get together here, see if someone else from the base paths had a better view of this. And the umpires are going to take a look. This is a reviewable play.
See if this angle tells us anything. It's hard. We know this much. It didn't hurt.
Didn't hurt you.
Your guess is as good as mine, partner.
This is one of those replays where I think it hit him, but you can't tell definitively in those angles. You have the ball, the glove, the dirt kicking up, the shoe all coming together. And it's going to be first and second, or a runner at first and a 1-0 count. There's Mrs. Soper. There's Connor's mom. We got to spend some time with his parents. His mom, Amy, looking on. Connor wearing number 14 because that was Amy's old softball number. He pitched a terrific game on Monday night.
Pretty easy to figure out his nickname. His teammates call him Soap.
A lot of creativity in baseball clubhouses sometimes. So the ruling no hit by pitch. Ball 1. And Soper to swing it against Chad Yates. Jackknifes this one foul. Connor Soper, big-time Baltimore Orioles fan. He is also the kid with the biggest online presence on this team. 855 Instagram followers for official Connor Soper _. That is definitely more Instagram followers than me. Do you have Instagram?
Limited access to it. You know, just to kind of keep tabs on my kids for the most part.
Both of us combined, I think. Soper with a chopper to second base. Hunter Taylor gets the lead out. Hoskins on to first. And Soper beat the return throw. So he exchanges with McGinnis, becomes the base runner with 2 outs.
Well, the double play would have been huge for Yates there, whose pitch count is at 29 right now. But just the high chopper going from second to short. If that goes to short, across to second, probably a little bit quicker and the potential much higher.
Jack Ryan, the batter. And strike 1 called on the swing. Ryan had the game-winning sacrifice fly on Saturday, the first time these two teams met. Sends this one high in the area of Hoskins at shortstop. And a two-handed squeeze ends the top of the second. 2 scoreless for Chad Yates, his Virginia team to the plate when we return.
The Little League World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's, and in part by Audi.
That is the holy grail for these kids. Howard J. Lamade Stadium in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. 8 days from today, we kick off the Little League World Series proper on ESPN. 1 team from the Southeast Regional will make it. Either South Riding, Virginia, or Peachtree City, Georgia. Neither city has ever been represented in Williamsport. They will join the team from Houston, Texas, with a big win earlier today. Congratulations to Houston to claim the Southwest Championship. Saturday, all-day wall-to-wall coverage of the other 6 regionals here in the United States. This is the dream for these kids, 11, 12, 13 years old. These are essentially all-star teams from the various cities. You play travel ball throughout the year. You get together in the summer, and if you're lucky, you get to Williamsport, and you can miss the first few days of school. Peachtree City started school on Monday down here in Georgia, so they're already 3 for 3. And what's a better excuse to miss school than that?
Hey, it's a legitimate excuse.
Connor McGoldrick, the batter, leading off his home second for Virginia. McGoldrick, 3 hits plus a walk yesterday. On base all 4 times in the elimination game win over Alabama. And down he goes. Jansen Kenty collects his second strikeout.
Well, through the first 2 innings here, showing really good command to the glove side, that outside part of the plate, and out of the hand for the left-handed hitters. It's just running away from you the entire time. Very difficult pitch, not just to foul off, but to even think about getting the barrel to.
Kenty now with 15 strikeouts in the tournament in just 6 1/3 innings. Cameron Lizama, son of the manager Sean, takes ball 1. Nickname is MVP. A couple of years ago, Virginia team won a state tournament. Cam was awesome in that tournament, and the moniker has stuck. There's Dad Sean. By the way, these Virginia kids, school doesn't start for them until August 23rd, so they would need to go all the way to miss a couple of days of class. What was your best excuse for missing school?
Wow, I don't know. I wasn't fortunate enough to get this far for Little League play. That was always one of the goals, wanting to get to Williamsport, but again, missing school was like the joy of that, potential of that happening. That was high up on the list. To be able to be out of school for a really good reason, and actually to have the blessing of your teachers that, hey, it's good you're not here right now.
Everybody back home is watching. Lizama, the 4-pitch walk. And Virginia will make a substitution with pinch runner Ryan Pugh coming into his spot. Justin Lanouette now to swing. Little League rules dictate that you must get every player into the game. Everybody has to get an at-bat. Virginia has 3 substitutes, so they'll all have to play defensively with 12. And Georgia has 5 substitutes, a 14-player roster. So every Georgia player will get an at-bat at some point over the course of this game. Kenty paints the outside corner
with gasoline. Look at this. Right to the mitt. That's mid-90s. And the equivalent of 60 feet 6 inches.
74 miles per hour from 46 feet. That is 96, 97 or so from 60 feet 6 inches. Hunter Taylor, number 8 hitter for Virginia. Taylor, an outstanding fielding infielder. Versatile kid who can move all around the diamond. He's turned into a strong line drive hitter for this team. Kenty working quickly on the mound for Georgia and pumping in strike after strike after the walk of Lizama. There is another.
Well, Jansen Kenty just pumping fastballs. Georgia back in there to put the hitting shoes on. Roll 22.
Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series Southeast Regional Championship, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. And join us tonight right here on ESPN, 7 Eastern. It's Wednesday Night Baseball, presented by Hankook Tire. Game 3 of 4 between the Braves and Nationals, who split a doubleheader yesterday. Atlanta a game and a half behind Philadelphia in the National League East. The Nats are in third place. That game available on the ESPN app. Some of those big leaguers and plenty others around the country. Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo, his cross diamond mate, had Little League dreams. Michael Conforto made the Little League World Series, playing for Redmond North Little League out of Washington State in 2004. How about Cody Bellinger for Chandler National in Scottsdale, Arizona? Now the slugger for the Dodgers. Just about everybody in the big leagues has that dream singing. I know you played Little League, and I'm sure that across Major League clubhouses across the nation today, there are people locked into this Georgia-Virginia game.
Oh, and they will be for the next couple of weeks, watching it all the way through. Williamsport, Pennsylvania. It's kind of a nice time for guys to get a bit of a mental respite to watch these kids play, remember why they started playing the game, because there's stresses, pressures at the big league level. But when you see the smiles of these kids and the way that they're going about their business, even so far as, slapping high fives with the opposite, member of the opposite team, when they do something good, just kind of gets you back to where it all started.
We've had in the last couple of days, Connor Soper hit a batter and then gave him a high five on the way over. And then yesterday, Reese Mims pulled something heading into third for Alabama. Nate Hoskins was the pitcher. He went over and gave him a little fist bump off of third. It's those special moments that you get here in Little League Baseball. And it's not only the kids who have fun. This was a special moment for one of us before the game. I was thrilled about it.
Got to work on your anger management a little bit. You get an equipment fine for that, for throwing your cardboard box.
6 o'clock tonight. After the walk to Traxler, here's a great bunt by Bo Walker. Bo is safe.
Wow, almost a great play there. I mean, that's a lot of traffic up the line. Evan Dewey has to get around the bat. He's got the mask on. He's got the gear. Pitcher's coming on hard. Picks it up, spins, and he throws an absolute strike to Sean Arnesia at first. Doesn't get him, but that's a really good defensive play.
So here's the big bopper for Georgia, Jansen Kenty. And beforehand, I'm going to visit at the mound. This is Scott Lanouette, one of the assistant coaches for Virginia. This is a big matchup for Yates against Kenty, who is the biggest power threat on this Peachtree City team. It's an eerily similar situation for these teams. On Saturday, with 2 runners on, and Jansen Kenty facing Chad Yates in the 3rd inning, this happened.
Went out there and got that pitch middle away, arms fully extended, and just flicked it over the center field fence.
And Kenty was hunting for the fence right there. A big cut at a high fastball. That's to the backstop, but it bounces right back to Dewey and then Yates. So the runners hold. That pitch was so high, it turned into a break for Virginia.
And Dewey jumping on it, even though he didn't come up with it. The fact that he was right on top of it stopped the base runner at second.
That one gets away. There goes Traxler to third. He took a big turn around, but he will hold right there. Good job by Lanouette, the third baseman, to collect it. but 2 are in scoring position for Georgia on the wild pitch.
Well, you can see the frustration on the face of Evan Dewey. Here's the base running, and big turn, as you said. Hoskins coming in a little late, but nothing hurt right there. On the flip side, we saw Virginia run the bases incredibly well last night.
The infield is in here in the 3rd inning. 2 strikes on Jansen Kenty. And he stays alive.
The infield drawn in a little bit, not up on the grass. Big hitter, but they're trying to cut this run off at the plate.
His dream to play Alabama baseball, Jansen Kenty. 12 years old, but has exceptional power. And he's in a huge spot here on 3-2. Up the middle and through, base hit. Traxler is home, Walker to 3rd. He stays there. Kenty takes 2nd on the throw. Georgia strikes first in the Southeast Championship.
Just a clean, hard hit single right back up the middle. With 2 strikes, shorten that swing up a little bit. And the plate coverage for this kid. We saw the home run on Saturday. Took a pitch on the outer 3rd, hit it over the fence in center field. That one as well, similar location. But because of those long arms, still able to get the barrel to the baseball.
And great base running as well to take 2nd on the throw. 2 in scoring position again. And Ty Pete takes aim at the first pitch to knock it foul. Ty Pete, who is never short on chatter. Maybe the funniest, most talkative kid on this team. His great-grandfather played professionally in Japan. His mom played Little League. He knocks this one to 2nd base. The play is made there by Taylor at first, but Walker scores and Pete picks up an RBI. 2-run 3rd inning, and Georgia is rolling here against Chad Yates.
Well, Ty Pete getting the bat to the ball again, singled his first time up. Good piece there, but Taylor's played defensively. That ball was ticketed for right field, but played that hop off the lip of the grass, and you record an out. Sometimes when you're looking at, we got to stop the run. You got to minimize the damage in an inning, and if you do that, you're going to get in there, you're going to swing the bats, you're going to score runs yourself.
Infield still in. Kenty moved to 3rd. Chase Fralick lines one foul. Chase is an excellent baseball player. He's also the #1 ranked junior tennis player in the Southeast at age 12. Dad is a tennis director. Favorite athlete is Roger Federer. So when baseball season ends, the pursuit of athletic excellence continues for this young man. Fralick with a bouncer to 2nd. Taylor made a great decision looking back the runner, Kenty, and getting the out at first.
Oh, really under control. That's a smart baseball play by Hunter Taylor. First good possession of the baseball, has it. Has the intent to come home if Kenty decides to go. Stops him. And nice throw to first to get the out, 2nd out of the inning.
Now here's Caden Olvey, first off the bench for Georgia. Nicknamed Curly Fries, batting for Charlie Clem. Olvey had a big 2-run double on Monday, and you could see the hair peeking out from under the helmet. That's where he got the nickname Curly Fries, because of the curly hair. Caden is a huge Georgia Bulldogs fan as well. He and his family, big fans of Hines Ward, the former dog. Caden's middle name is Ward. His brother's middle name is Hines. Caden's brother wears number 19 for Hines Ward's college number. Olvey rocks 86 for a Hines number with the Steelers. And here, Olvey is hit with a fastball.
First base.
94, the equivalent of a major league fastball, and Olvey will try to shake this thing off as he heads to first.
Looks like he got him in the hand. Now, for that velocity, I mean, he's pretty tough, able just to shake that off. Look at this.
Ouch. That hurts in slow-mo. Charlie Clem's going to return to his spot to run. Caden will hopefully get some ice on that thing. First and third now for Georgia. And as they hit by pitch extends the inning. Wills McGinnis to the plate. McGinnis scored the game-winning run against Virginia on Saturday. And that sacrifice fly from Jack Ryan.
.54 pitches so far from Chad Yates.
And that one's off the glove of Dewey, but not far enough to score the runner. Charlie Clem will take second, with Kenty holding at third. One-two. Yates thought he had it. Just missed for ball two.
He's been getting some of those pitches down. That's a good call by the home plate umpire. Yates has got a lot of late movement, and seen some frustration from Evan Dewey, the catcher, and it just looks like Yates is one of those tough guys to catch because his ball's just not straight.
Off the glove of Dewey again. This time Kenty will come home. Clem is around third. He'll dive back into third after the turn. And McGinnis scampers all the way to second. 3-0 Georgia.
We'll talk about the mix of good velocity and a lot of late movement. Evan Dewey's had a tough time today tracking down many of the pitches from Chad Yates.
Singy, that's about as big of a strength as we've seen from Georgia in this regional. The way they use their team speed and the way they will take an extra base if you give them even a sliver of daylight. Really fast and athletic team, and now Connor Soper is hit. Looked like he was plunked in the hand as well, so the bases are loaded for Georgia.
Painful inning for both teams this time around.
Well, Clem will come in to run for Soper.
Clem on the corners.
Charlie at third, Will at first. There's one and there's the other. I'm not sure which is which.
I got Charlie at third.
That much I know.
Just because my scorecard confirms that.
But let's be honest, if they had just ran across the diamond the 5 seconds we were looking at the monitor,
no chance.
We wouldn't have any idea. Your dad, Randy, one of the assistant coaches. McGinnis in between the Clems as Jack Ryan bats and sends one deep to left field, but this thing twists foul. Oh, it's so much fun with these twins, Will and Charlie. One was supposed to turn. Will was supposed to as Charlie turned in.
He said, "What you kick up I'm losing the camera. Oh, okay, my bad. No, you.
Television magic right there, folks. They finish each other's.
I think I can tell them apart now. That split screen, I know exactly who was who. Split on the right, Charlie. On the left, Will.
No, I think Will's on the right. Charlie's on the left. Either way, they're headed back to the first base dugout as Yates strikes out Ryan. It's a heck of an inning for Georgia, though. 3 runs across, couple of hits, couple of walks, couple of extra bases taken on wild pitches.
Roll 22.
Little League would like to extend its appreciation to its official sponsors, such as Easton Baseball and American Honda, who help to maintain the strength and leadership of the Little League program. Little League Baseball would also like to thank its dedicated volunteers who make this program such a special experience for millions of children. You can see many of them in the blue shirts here today and throughout the weekend. Folks in the concession stands, in the stands, particularly the grounds crew who helped get the field ready yesterday. And during that epic rain delay, this is how the kids from Virginia spent some time. They had an epic cornhole tournament. Georgia had the day off, which meant our boy Charlie Clem, or is it Will? We think it's Charlie.
It's Charlie.
Got to show off some Dance Dance Revolution moves. Look at this. Regular Travolta.
Well, I think if Georgia can hang on and win this, we'll see that after the game as well.
Thank you to Patrick Lorio for oh so wonderfully capturing the moment on video. The Georgia kids went to the arcade yesterday. They played mini golf as well, where we're told that Will Clem, the other twin, managed to hit a golf cart or a go-kart with his golf ball. So an exciting day all around, unless you were one of the go-karters. Here's Wheels, Evan Dewey, the catcher for Loudon South Little League. And he takes ball 1 from Jansen Kenty. 98, the major league equivalent of that fastball. Dewey goes down swinging. 5th strikeout for Kenty, 4 in a row for him. Between innings, we heard from Sean Lozama, the manager of Loudon South Little League.
Hey, we still got a chance, okay? We still got a chance to win this inning right here, okay? Show me what you got right at the plate right now. Get up in the dugout, get excited. Let's go.
Let's go!
Thanks to Sean, thanks to Patrick Lorio for being mic'd up all week. That was Sean's credo yesterday, win every inning. And with his team batting, they have a chance to do that after giving up 3.
Well, we saw him last night winning innings behind the left-hander Sean Arnacia, but also the way they ran the bases, inspiring. I mean, they were stealing bases in terms of stealing runs, maybe a little bit with the weather because the field was wet in the outfield and they were pushing the envelope, but aggressive style of base running. It's those little things that you love to see. I mean, it's great to see the kids playing and having a good time, but also the investment these coaches make into the mechanics and understanding how to play the game.
Virginia has a base runner here. The leadoff man, Griffin Burkholder, is on with a walk. And here come the big bats for South Riding, Virginia. Back home at Glory Days Bar and Grill and at Velocity Wings. Back in Loudoun County, they're hoping for Chad Yates to continue this rally. He takes a strike. There's that big curveball. Kenty got Yates on a breaking pitch last time.
Jansen Kenty in a pretty good spot at 41 pitches, almost through 3 innings.
Got a strikeout on number 42. How good is that?
19 of 23 of those outs, strikeouts, and it's just untouchable stuff. And today he's able to get a little more balls in play, but he's, again, at 42 pitches and almost halfway through this game. So on pace to be able to go all 6 innings.
And the number to know is 85. That is the pitch count in Little League. You cannot start a batter above that 85 number. So Kenty is in pretty good shape right now to get deep into this game at this pace. Sean Arnasia with a chopper to third for Jack Ryan. And it's a scoreless 3rd inning for Jansen Kenty. Halfway home from Warner Robins, Georgia, and the kids from Peachtree City have the lead. Everybody will be taking aim at the team from Japan. 4 of the last 6, including last year's Little League Championship, won by teams from Japan. August 16th through 26th, the Japanese team and 7 other international teams will join 8 American teams in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Houston, Texas punched its ticket earlier today. Congratulations to them in the Southwest. The winner of this game moves on from the Southeast. And then 6 consecutive finals from 11 a.m. Eastern in the Midwest to 9 Eastern in the West on Saturday. All of them right here on ESPN. If you're a baseball fan, if you're a Little League fan, this is it. This is the best time of year. Pennant races in Major League Baseball coming down the stretch. And the ultimate prize to be won here in Little League. Halfway through this 6-inning regulation game, and Cole Manetti gets his first at-bat, hitting for Ben Traxler. And there's strike 2 quickly from Chad Yates. Cole Manetti, big Clemson fan. Deshaun Watson, his favorite athlete. I've loved, Chris, in talking to these kids to see how many of them are multi-sport athletes in an era of such specialization. A lot of these kids play football, they golf, they play tennis, they play soccer. You develop, I think, different muscles physically and mentally, too.
Yeah, I love the fact that, kids are diversifying, because it seemed like for a while it went away and just concentrating on one sport. But I think, being able to play the different sports just helps you to become better in that main sport that you enjoy. So the athleticism that it takes in playing basketball or even football can pay off on the baseball diamond as well.
Chad Yates gets a strikeout, his 6th, beg your pardon. Here are the tickets punched or scanned, however we do these nowadays, to Williamsport on the international side. Seoul, South Korea. But so many great South Korean teams over the years. Kawaguchi, the representative for Japan. 7 of the 8 international teams have already claimed berths in Williamsport. Just our neighbors to the north to fill that out on Saturday. Bo Walker had that big bunt single last inning in the middle of Georgia's 3-run rally. Probably their strongest all-around athlete, fastest kid on the team. His dad, Chad, a track coach at the local high school. This will be a tough play for Hoskins, and he makes an accurate throw to get Walker, the speedster, for the 2nd out.
It's a nice backhand there by Hoskins. There decides to play on the backhand. That's big league right there. I was talking to Atlanta Braves infield coach Ron Washington a few weeks ago, and he's an infield guru, and he teaches his shortstops to get in position backhanded, come through the ball. Well, most times you think come around it, that's the safer play, but he has a difference of opinion, and he's got a lot of experience, and he's worked some really good infielders, so Nice play there by Hoskins. We saw the great play last night on the line drive.
Nate Hoskins also closed out the game yesterday on the mound. He's a fascinating young man off the field, loves playing chess. We're going to hear from Nate, who will lead off the bottom of the fourth when we return, and we're going to see how he completely bamboozled our own Chris Singleton. That's on the other side from Warner Robins. Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series Southeast Regional Championship game presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. What a day for a ball game. What a day for a cardboard box slide. We talked about this at the top of the fourth. We teased this, Singy, but Nate Hoskins, the shortstop on this Virginia team, has some tricks up his sleeve in the field and off it.
Card. All right. I like this one right here.
Okay. All right. You got it?
Yeah, I got it. You want to see it?
Yeah, the back of the card.
Back of the card.
All right. So watch this. I'm going to bend it.
Okay.
That's legit. We did it!
Those are my cards. I can confirm they are not see-through. And he fooled me with it after the fact. Have you figured out yet how he did it?
No, I have not.
Nate showed us a couple of his favorite card tricks. Then he went out and drove in the go-ahead runs.
We'll have to study the video there a little bit and see exactly what he's looking at.
A modern-day Zapruder film. Thanks to our producer, Andy Jacobson, for the outstanding cinematography there.
Yeah, from the iPhone.
Nate Hoskins trying to get Virginia going. Kick off a rally against Jansen Kenty, who has been dealing through three. Hoskins, one of the few to put the ball in play. Popped out to Kenty at the first. Got a hold of this one to left field. Over the head of Clem and off the wall. Hoskins is into second with a leadoff double for Loudon, South Virginia.
Look at that. Hold those hands tight to the body as the pitch was coming in. And just beat it to the spot. Years past, that might have been a home run, but changed to the bats. And the bats not providing as much thump as they have in the past. But he's in scoring position now.
He's the first runner in scoring position for Virginia in the game, with Connor McGoldrick, the number 5 hitter, batting. Innings can and do turn quickly in Little League. We've seen it time and time again. And McGoldrick gets hit in the back of the helmet. A wayward breaking ball, and 2 runners are aboard for Virginia. There's Vince Arnasia, the assistant coach, checking in on Connor. Thankfully, it was not a hard fastball from Kenny, but I'm sure it still stings.
Like a breaking ball, and backed up. The breaking ball, if it continues to break, probably gets over the plate, but just spinning and stayed inside.
Roll down the bunt.
Patrick Glorio took the time to talk to his pitcher and infield there. And the last thing we caught him saying was Something about a bunt. It's a possibility here with Ryan Pugh batting. Perhaps Virginia will try to bunt the runners over. Jack Ryan has moved in from third. Ryan, whose favorite video game is Fortnite, that puts him in an exclusive club, including every player in this region. Now Connor's going to get a little extra medical attention here. You always want to be extremely careful, of course, with potential head injuries. Well, we have a moment here. We have Patrick Gloria, the manager for Peachtree City, mic'd up. We caught him chatting with his pitcher, Jansen Kenty, in between innings.
Hey, keep it up. We got this, all right? I want you to throw a complete game.
85 is the pitch count limit. He's at 51 right now. Good through 3, but in some trouble here in the 4th. Hugh does square, pulls back on ball 1.
Jack Ryan coming in hard at third. He's well up on the grass and aggressively moving in on the pitch.
Hugh swings away here, and it's strike 2. Strike 3.
Still peppering with the fastball. That was 74 miles per hour. Again, that's mid to upper 90s in the major league equivalent. And just a little too much for Ryan Pugh.
Edwin Sanchez now will bat for the first time in the spot of Justin Lanouette. Corner infielders are still in. Sanchez tries a bunt. Couldn't get a hold of it. Strike 1. Excellent infielder. Their youngest player, Edwin, will not turn 12 until later this month. That one is high, over the glove of Fralick. There go the runners. Ty Pete there to grab the throw at third, but Hoskins and McGoldrick advance on the wild pitch. No need for a bunt now. Ryan still in at third though, and Sanchez will try, thinking about laying one down to get home a run. And it's strike 2.
He's got to be really perfect with it if you're going to bunt in this situation. Now it's time to swing away.
Did he go? No, according to Elliott Rice at first. 2-2. Now he went. 8th strikeout for Jansen Kenty.
Well, more than halfway through this game, and Jansen Kenty is as strong as ever. Consistent velocity and 74 miles per hour.
New batter here, Luke Kruger, final Virginia player to get an at-bat in the game. Kruger, a huge Virginia Cavaliers basketball fan. Hopes to meet Malcolm Brogdon. Said if he wins the lottery, he would buy UVA season tickets. His dad went there. His mom went to Duke, so there's a bit of an intra-family ACC hoops rivalry for the Krugers. Two and 0 now. Ball 3.
Jansen needs some contact here. Keep the pitch count down, but at this point, one more pitch either way can be the strikeout, can be contact to get the third out of the inning.
And there it is. 9 strikeouts for Kenty. He strikes out the side for the second time today.
Just bringing the power with the fastball, one after another, slightly elevated, and that one just a pitcher's pitch.
Coming up, 6 Eastern here on ESPN. Don't miss Sports Center. Talk LeBron's must-watch games for next season with the NBA schedule release. Nick Saban on the Alabama quarterback battle. And John Calipari joins the show from the Bahamas. Sports Center, 6 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. Tonight with Kevin Nagandi and Michael Eaves. Tomorrow, maybe with Peachtree City's James Hooper.
On Monday night, we had a great game. Type B up to bat. He hits a line shot into right field, and it was gone. The team is celebrating. They're so happy. Connor Sober pitches one. Charlie Clem makes a great throw. The third, Jack makes a tag. Oh, and he's out. Oh, and that face by Charlie Clem. Hilarious. Curly Fries hit one way deep. Oh, it bounces over the fence. Scores 2 runs. Curly Fries is really fired up on second there. Train Tracks comes in to finish the game. Number 5 hits a line shot into center field, but Bo Walker is there to make the catch. Looks like PTC's moving on to the championship, folks.
James told us he's always wanted to say folks on TV. His dream job is to be an ESPN announcer. And the teammates we talked to, we said, is James really like that? They said, yeah, he does play-by-play of everything. He'll walk around and say, we're walking up the hill now. We're going into the car. He is a kid with so much life. His dad, J.H. Hooper, runs the Bulldog Supply golf cart dealership, by the way, back in Peachtree City, which, as we told you off the top, is a community where just about everybody drives a golf cart around, not a car. So they're a fun bunch, the Hoopers.
And that's the reason why James Hooper's family, they have the best golf cart. We asked who's got the best golf cart, and they all pointed to him.
Ty Pete with the ground ball to Nate Hoskins at short. We told James, we'll get you on TV, but you got to make sure you can get us a golf cart next time we're in Peachtree City. I think that's a fair trade.
I agree.
We'll see James bat in either this inning or the next. A couple of players yet to get an at-bat. Everybody will get one swing at least for Georgia. Right now, Chase Freilich, the catcher. Chad Yates is nearing that 85 pitch mark, so Virginia is going to have to go to the bullpen soon.
Jansen Kenty, he's in pretty good shape with his pitch count. Be able to go the distance in this game.
And the advantage for Georgia of having one out is their pitching staff is much more available, much fresher. They only have 2 pitchers who are ineligible due to pitch limits. Virginia has 4 because the kids from South Riding have had to play 6 games in 6 days and use 8 different pitchers. Here's number 84. That's a great swing by Freilich to stay alive.
Great job by Chase there just to spoil that pitch, get one more opportunity. A few bugs down here in middle Georgia. Missed a couple.
Trailing over to first base, Arnesia. And a heck of a job by Yates to get off the mound and cover first.
Well, he made up some time there. Left-hander. As he delivers that pitch, his momentum's going to most times take him a little towards the third baseline, as you see there, and then quickly changed directions when he realized Arnesia was going to need some help.
So a good final act for Chad Yates. Great job covering the ground ball. Ovation from the Virginia and Georgia fans both. South Riding goes to the bullpen when we return. Catch all the excitement of the Little League World Series, including how to visit Williamsport. Get scores, stats, highlights, and more at littleleague.org. Also follow us along on social media with the hashtag LLWS. Some of the smarter kids trying to find some shade under the scoreboard in left center field. This beautiful complex here at Little League Southeast Park. Virginia and Georgia in a regional championship here in Warner Robins. And Virginia has gone to the bullpen for Griffin Burkholder, who actually comes in from right field to throw. 6th game in the regional for Virginia, and the kid they call Bucky is pitching for the 4th time. See the numbers on Burkholder, who has been terrific so far. They'll face Caden Olvey with 2 outs. Good to see Olvey back in there after he took a fastball to the hand in the 3rd inning. Mom Christina might look relaxed on the outside, but trust the sign. And just about all the parents that we've talked to admit to us they are way more nervous than the kids.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the kids, you wouldn't think this is a championship game, seeing them before the game. I mean, they're just loose and laid back, but it's the coaches and the parents. And I get it.
Strikeout for Burkholder against his first batter. He's due up 2nd when we come back for the bottom of the 5th.
The Little League World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Every season starts at Dick's, and in part by the Honda Odyssey, official vehicle of Little League since 1996.
Little League World Series has been around for a long, long time back in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. That's where it will return for the 2018 World Series. Houston, Texas will be there. Peachtree City, Georgia, or South Riding, Virginia will be there. We will send the other 6 regional champions here in the United States to Williamsport Saturday, starting at 11 a.m. Eastern. Moments ago, we heard from Virginia manager Sean Lozama.
Come on, let's go.
Hey, let's go right now.
5th inning, this is our inning, okay? This is our inning. Energy, effort, attitude. This inning right now, get up in the dugout, get excited, put some runs on the board. Let's go.
Let's go, boys. Pitchers on 3. 1, 2, 3, baser!
This would be the inning to do it. Evan Dewey, the 9-hitter, then the top of the order. Burkholder and Yates to follow. 2 regulation innings to go here in Warner Robins before we crown a champion.
Ball.
Unless it takes more, as it did in Virginia's 7-inning win last night.
Well, they've played with their backs against the wall, so this is nothing new.
It's their 4th consecutive elimination game. They won by 1 over North Carolina Sunday. Staved off West Virginia on Monday. And then it was Virginia with a 3-0 lead going into the final 2 innings yesterday. Alabama tied it with 1 strike to go before Virginia came back for a 9-6 win in 7 innings. Dewey fights off that breaking ball from Jansen Kenty, who has thrown 70 pitches. Again, the maximum is 85, so Kenty is creeping closer to Georgia having to make a pitching change. Dewey can't catch up with a fastball. It's another strikeout for Kenty, his 10th.
His mechanics are staying intact. His velocity is there. First things first, one out at a time, but he's going to be awfully close to that 85 pitch count by the time he gets to the 6th inning.
Griffin Burkholder has not struck out in the game. He's grounded out and he's walked. And Griffin's going to talk to his coach, Sean Lizama, who calls him over after that first strike and reaction.
Relax. Okay. Okay.
You know, those are the little teaching and coaching moments that we've been so thrilled to see with these managers wired throughout the regional. And it's exciting for us to see how positive these coaches and managers are with their kids.
Yeah, it's really the only way to be, because beyond just what these kids do with the bat in their hands or the ball in their hands, I mean, it's really helping develop character and seeing, you know, how you deal with adversity.
Burkholder down looking. Kenty has struck out 11.
Back up breaking ball right there. Supposed to end up over the heart of the plate and just hug the outside part, and Burkholder upset about that one.
Chad Yates into center field, a base hit. That snaps the strikeout streak, which was at 5 in a row for Kenty. And Yates starts a 2-out rally for Virginia in the 5th.
Yep, just stays in there nicely on the breaking ball. Not as sharp as some of the ones earlier. And keep the line moving with 2 outs. Keep pushing it. Run that pitch count up higher. Try to get someone around the bases. At least put a run up on the board here in this 5th inning. And then in the 6th, you're going to get a reliever from Georgia and have your chances there. This game is still very well within reach.
Sean Arnasia with a dribbler. Kenty there. Fields his position well. 5 shutout innings in the books. And Georgia is 3 outs away from Williamsport. They'll try to add some offensive insurance when we return. Our Honda game summary shows Georgia with all 3 of the runs in the 3rd inning. Jansen Kenty looking like Kenley Jansen. His Peachtree City team 3 outs away from a date with the Little League World Series in Williamsport.
Well, they're going to need him to be Kenley Jansen in the 6th inning. Come back out there, go back out there, and close it out. Finish what he started.
He's got 9 pitches left. Georgia has 3 substitutes who have yet to get in at bat, so they will all hit here against Griffin Burkholder. Starting with our guy, future ESPN announcer James Hooper. Did a great job with a highlight package earlier today, and now will take his hacks against Griffin Burkholder. Hooper, Tyler Beck, Will Clem will all get a chance to hit this inning. Georgia team unbeaten 3-0 in regional play. Hooper into left center field. Base hit, James Hooper. Cue up another highlight package, James. You can announce a single on national TV.
Just threw the head of the bat at the ball. Let the hands work. Found a nice open area out there in left center field.
His first hit of the regional. And Will Clem will bat. Take ball one. I think Hooper's doing play-by-play right now over at first.
I think he's taking a break right now, trying to figure out how he can touch second, third, and home. Provide a little insurance for this Peachtree City team.
Will Clem. It was funny talking to Will and Charlie a couple of days ago. We asked, who's faster, who's this, who's that. Charlie said, well, I got 10 pounds on Will. And we said, well, that's not what the bios say, Charlie. Will's listed at 4,992 pounds. Charlie's 4,991 pounds. And you'd have thought we started the most fractious argument in the history of Peachtree City, Georgia, by the reactions of those two.
He's like, that's a good curveball.
Good swing to get a piece for Will on 3-2. They don't lack for subtlety, these two. They're a fun group. Dad Randy, one of the assistants with Kyle Ryan, to manager Patrick Lorio for this Peachtree City, Georgia group. Will over to second base, and Taylor gets one. Hoskins will hold on to it. Fielder's choice, first out of the inning.
Replacing number 8, Jack Ryan, and now batting number 22, Tyler Beck.
Tyler Beck will bat in the spot of Jack Ryan. Most improved player on this Peachtree City team, according to the coaches. Tyler can ask for some familial advice if Georgia wins this game. His uncle Keith played in the Little League World Series. There's a delayed reaction by Clem, who is now caught in a pickle between first and second. Yates with a flip to second, and Will Clem is out.
Not sure exactly what happened there with Clem. Got a little hung out in no man's land. Let's take a look. It's like a delayed steal and then decided to shut it down.
Griffin Burkholder in search of a quick sixth inning. Count runs full on Tyler Beck coming off the bench for Georgia. Peachtree City, Georgia has never had a regional champion. The state of Georgia has had 5 regional champions, 6 teams to the Little League World Series all time. City of Warner Robins, the host city for the Southeast Regional, has a championship, and that man, Jansen Kenny, it'll be on his left arm. And we come back for the bottom of the 6th, throwing 76 pitches. Beck with a rocket to short. Hoskins, Johnny on the spot as he's been all tournament long. Hoskins will lead off the bottom of the 6th. Virginia needs 3 to stay alive in the Southeast Championship.
Nowhere near over.
Welcome back to ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series Southeast Regional Championship game presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. And it's the last chance for Loudoun South Little League Virginia in this Southeast Regional Championship. Before this half inning, they got one more bit of encouragement from Sean Lizama.
Nowhere near over. Nowhere near over. Playing hard to the very last out, very last strike. Let's go. Get some runners on. Put some pressure on. Score some runs right here, right now. Okay? Leave it all out on the field. Right now. Come on.
Nate Hoskins, Connor McGoldrick, 4 and 5 hitters due up to start. And Jansen Kenny is still throwing for Georgia, 9 pitches away from that 85 pitch limit. Winner of this game is off to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, and the Little League World Series. And here we go in the bottom of the 6th. Kenty, ball 1 to Hoskins.
Well, based on how it looks, the lineup he's got to face, if he can get to face 2 hitters, that would be outstanding.
Might get it out on 2 pitches here. It is reeled in by Wills McGinnis over the shoulder from second base.
What a play. That looked like it was going to fall right in the middle of that Bermuda Triangle with second baseman, right fielder, and center fielder all converging. That's one of the toughest catches an infielder has to make.
Connor McGoldrick takes a strike. Just missed. McGoldrick hit by a pitch his last time up. 3 hits and a walk yesterday. If Kenty can retire McGoldrick in the next couple of pitches, he will have a chance at the complete game. First, you have to get rid of one of Virginia's best hitters.
Well, the velocity is still there. That one, 75, equivalent of 98. Seen him at 74 a lot this afternoon.
Up the ladder, strike 3. Major League equivalent of 95 miles per hour. And Kenty will go for the complete game shutout.
Well, no matter what, he'll get to finish this hitter. And you could tell by the applause of the Peachtree City fans, that's all they wanted was this opportunity.
Ryan Pugh, strike 1. It's under 100 miles from Peachtree City to Warner Robins. It's about 830 miles from Peachtree City to Williamsport. But it feels so much closer. Got him! Jansen Kenty seals the deal, and Peachtree City, Georgia is headed to the Little League World Series.
What an outstanding job by Jansen Kenty this afternoon. Just one after another, mowing down the Virginia hitters. He's able to come in right around that 85, but we knew when he had the opportunity to face the final hitter, didn't matter about the pitch count. There was a good chance with how dialed he was in at that point to finish it off.
Jansen Kenty started this regional by striking out 13 against Tennessee on Friday. He ends it by striking out 13 more against an exceptional team from Loudon South Little League in Virginia. 26 punch-outs in 11 innings. And the kids from Peachtree City, Georgia are off to the Little League World Series for the first time in the history of that city and the 7th time in the history of the state of Georgia.
And here comes the ice bucket. They're just not tall enough.
Thanks, boys. I've freaking told them they can do whatever they want.
Oh!
Patrick Lorio, the thrills of victory for the Peachtree City manager. Hopefully that didn't ruin our microphone. What a tournament it was here in Warner Robins. Congratulations to all 8 state champions here. And the kids from Georgia on the left arm of Jansen Kenny are headed to Williamsport.
And just the power fastball velocity at its best in the final frame for Jansen Kenty. And a little too much for Ryan Pugh, as it was for most of Pugh's teammates this afternoon.
They got to Jansen a little bit late on that celebration, but eventually he was in the center of the dog pile. 13 strikeouts for Kenty, who also drove in the first run of the game with a single in the 3rd inning. All 3 runs for Georgia came in that 3rd inning. There are the final numbers, and they are staggering. 26 of 33 outs for Kenty in this regional, recorded via the strikeout. He walks 2. He allows just 3 hits, 86 pitches to get Georgia to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Special group of kids. They were loose all week. They did not lose. 2 wins over this excellent Virginia team. We'll put a bow on this thing from Warner Robins on the other side. Georgia headed to Williamsport. There they are, the kids from Peachtree City Little League in Georgia. The Southeast Regional Champions on their way to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. 3-0 over Loudon South Little League from South Riding, Virginia in today's championship game. So Houston, Texas and Peachtree City, Georgia are the first 2 American teams to clinch their spot in the Little League World Series. No question who the star of the day is. Number 1 in Peachtree City red and blue, Jansen Kenny, utterly dominant on the mound.
Yeah, he had the breaking ball going early, the fastball with some cut action to it. But then later on, as the game progressed, we saw the velocity not just maintain what it was early, but actually exceed, and was able to work off of those pitches, making the hitters for Virginia very susceptible to the breaking ball. And right at the point he was at the threshold of 85, was able to face that final hitter, and just a fastball by Ryan Pugh to end it.
2 of the 8 teams headed to Williamsport have been decided. Houston in the southwest, Peachtree City here in the southeast. Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern, all the way to Saturday night, starting at 9 Eastern. We punch the other 6 tickets to Williamsport. All of those games will be right here on ESPN. We, of course, have to congratulate the kids from Virginia. It was a superlative season for them. They win 3 consecutive elimination games. An awesome job to get here, but ultimately it's a victory lap for the boys from Georgia. What a fun reason it's been. Saying great time for those of us that were doing Little League baseball for the first time. You've done it a few years now, and it's just such a magical event.
Never gets old, and we all can live vicariously through these kids as Peachtree City takes that victory lap, and we wish them all the best when they get to Williamsport.
3-0 is the final score. Little League World Series, 6 more finals and regional play on Saturday all day long. We hope you'll be with us here on ESPN. Chris Singleton, our exceptional crew here in Warner Robins, I'm Kevin Brown saying so long from Warner Robins, Georgia. Congratulations to Peachtree City. Coming up next, stay tuned for Around the Horn.